Welcome back. I have Jeff Parker in the house. I told you earlier I wanted to have like a song for you, like a baseball player comes up and has a song. We need to pick a song for you.
It's getting to be pretty regular, that's for sure.
I know.
It's great to be here.
I've seen you more now than I think I've ever seen you the whole time I've been here.
That's true.
But anyway, it's good to have you. Thanks for coming on again
Always
with all
good
the
to be
good
here.
information.
Yeah, I think we have some.
Yeah.
First thing I wanted to talk about was mask distribution. We've been, as you know, the village staff and our communication department and working with all of our volunteers have been trying to put all these masks together that we got delivered. We had to put some of them together by hand, and then we have some that have been delivered that are the cloth ones. So we have a great distribution that happened this last week, but now we've compiled a bunch, and so we're going to have a distribution at our clubhouses today to get these last numbers out to people that are looking for the need that they have in the community.
Okay.
Then, on top of that, we're going to have more coming next week that we anticipate. So we'll probably be looking at that. So I just wanted to mention Clubhouse 3 and Clubhouse 5. We're going to have from 10 to 11:30 at Clubhouse 3. And from 12:30 to 2 at Clubhouse 5, people can do a drive-through. They'll be set up, so you just drive in, and there'll be staff there to hand out these masks, and we'll get them delivered to the rest of the community.
I love it, and it's so convenient for everyone, and you can have a couple of masks on hand if needed, because we've talked about this before, that things are just, nothing has been said yet in terms of not stay at home or not wearing masks. And now I've even seen signs in front of some of the grocery stores that are requiring that you wear a mask before you enter.
Right, and that is because one of the things that occurred was that the Orange County said that essential workers in these critical areas need to wear masks themselves. They stepped it up. So the businesses themselves are basically taking the same position. If you're coming in and using our facilities, going to our stores, going to our certain activities, we want you to wear masks. Just as we've done with the bus system, because we wanted to protect not only the riders but our drivers, we've mandated that people wear masks in the buses.
No, and that's great, and that's good. So everybody's doing their part with the masks, so we appreciate you guys getting everybody free masks. That's wonderful.
Yeah, that's great. And the contribution from the communities and the volunteers has been wonderful for that activity.
Perfect. What else do you have?
Well, with regards to the Orange County health numbers, I just wanted to mention that we're up to 2,151 cases in Orange County. That's of yesterday. 34 new cases yesterday. But in the last 4 days, they've had over 300 new cases. So part of that, again, goes back to the more we test, the more probability is you're going to have cases. And then the lagging number that I wanted to mention too, for residents to understand that this is still an ongoing situation, is that we now have, as of yesterday, 178 individuals in the hospital, in Orange County hospitals. And that is the highest number of hospitalizations that we've seen since the COVID-19 numbers have been generated. So that is that lag again that we talk about. Testing first, numbers second, people that are getting sick enough that they need to go to the hospital is the third number that you see, and that's what we're seeing right now at our highest number at 178.
Okay, so maybe we're hitting our peak now.
Well, I think what it's doing is it's confirming the process, and that's a good news because Laguna Woods continues to have only 8 cases in the city, not the village only, but in the city, which is a phenomenal number and a phenomenal job by our residents here in the community. It also means that the social distancing and the requirements to wear masks is working. It's making that curve go down because the numbers are slowly going down. And that's what Governor Newsom talked about yesterday is as California has done a very, very good job of slowing this process down and leveling out the curve, it's going to allow the state to start looking at opening up activities. For us, the big one, and I mentioned it before, is the first one is going to be golf, our golf operations. We've been given the approval by Orange County Health and Orange County Board of Supervisors that recreational golf can begin operations again. So on Friday, I will have a more detailed procedure for that. We're getting that finalized today and tomorrow. We'll have that procedure for you on Friday, where we're going to be able to open up on May 11th is our set date that we're working at. And we're going to have those procedures set for Friday, so then people can start making their reservations for May 11th And we'll go through that process of what that means, because there are going to be restrictions
Sure.
and how to use the golf course that isn't the norm, but it may be the new norm.
Right. I mean, it's a new norm for a while anyway. Yeah, I noticed that some of the golf courses around town have started to open up, and you can see that people, single rider in the cart type of thing, and then people are farther apart. Your tee times are, I mean, people are just sitting there, you know, kind of going to the next thing. It doesn't seem like there's any trouble in terms of
And
going.
those are some of the key ones that you mentioned. The tee times being spread a little bit more. Single golfers, unless you're with a spouse, will be kind of the regulations that we'll have. You know, making sure you're washing your hands, wearing masks when you go up to the to check in, that type of activity, credit card usage, and all that.
Yeah.
We'll walk you through that. The one thing I wanted to make clear, because we're getting a lot of emails, is people are saying, well, then if you can open up golf, you ought to be opening up pickleball, tennis, and those things. We don't have approval from the state nor the Orange County Health at this point in time that those other activities. I think they'll be in what they'll call phase 2. I think that'll be soon. I hope that by May 15th, when we have that next stage in that process, we'll be able to open up more facilities, because we want to do that. But again, it's the procedures. How do you stay safe in that environment? And again, the important thing for our community is we are an at-risk community.
Yes.
And those regulations are going to stay different than maybe some of the other environments in the community.
Right, and I think we kind of forget that. You know, I mean, everybody wants to get
Well,
out.
they're so
we want to do
active.
stuff. I know, and everybody wants to do things, and we talk to the folks all the time, and they want to get out, but on the flip side, they know the importance of what they're doing, as we've found out. I mean, it's been great. Everyone's doing their part. So.
And it's wonderful to see them want to be active, but what we don't want to run into is a situation where we see a spike again, and the virus spikes up, and not only in this community, which is high risk, but just all around Orange County.
Right, right. Now, one last thing, and I'm going to be touching base about this later after we meet with Jeff, is you guys created a virtual recreation site. My question to you, because I won't have that information later, is why?
Well, we just wanted to allow the people that are staying home, that are doing such a good job, to have activities that they would find interesting. These are exercise activities, cooking classes, different recreational activities that they can enjoy in their home. And we know they're kind of cooped up, and we know that they want activities to do. And this is, again, an active community here. So we just thought that it would be a great idea to come up with as many virtual recreation activities to provide them during this time.
All right, perfect. Well, good. Well, I'm going to share with them what the website looks like later, and they'll be able to kind of check it out. So anyway, thank you so much for the update again. We'll see you Friday.
It sounds great. Thank you.
All right, thanks. And stay with us, because I will go through the virtual recreation site with you, and we'll take a look at it in just a bit. We'll be right back.